Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train to World 5 video. We're back on the Mittenwaldbahn and we're in the glamorous Deutsche Bundesbahn 111, the 111 here at Mittenwald. So let's get the train set up. We are sort of doing not an early just a foggy morning run down to Garmisch. So we can't go into photo mode, otherwise all the fog will just disappear. Still a bug. So let's get the train set up. I think the safety systems are in the other cab. Of course, we can't go through here, so we've got to go outside. So let's come outside. Sort of surprised TSG didn't model the... well, you can see obviously some of it has been done, but I'm surprised TSG didn't make it so you can walk through. Well, I suppose it is a sort of Dovetail Games loco, isn't it? But yeah, I suppose you can't go through. Right, let's get the systems on. Let's get them fired up if I can find them. Cipher, indice, yes, indice, not PZB. Well, it's similar but easy. Yeah, I think that is everything. I don't think there's anything else we need to do this end. Is there? PZ or indice mode. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's head back. Oh, I'll go outside again. Come on, there you go, close. Does look awesome though, and sort of the blue and cream livery of Deutsche Bundesbahn. Which Deutsche Bundesbahn? That was the East German. Yeah, was it the East German rail company? Right, let's do that. And let's get the. Hang on, the doors are already closed. No, they're not our doors. We got the intercity coaches, the fancy coaches. Let's get the doors shut. Just quickly do all of this. Just quickly whilst the doors are closing. Train lights on. Get the train heating on. I think that is about it. So let's get the brakes off. Kleist is our next station stop. Once we get going. Right, there we go, running it up. Which, mentioning running up, we need to get back to the 87. I have not done the West Coast Mainline Overshap since December, which is bad. We need to do it because it's a fantastic route. My sort of competency on it will be low. Oh. Why are the trees all funny? Okay, let's just ignore that. Right, we're off. As we make our way out of Mittenwald. See, you've got a really steep gradient. Oh, hang on, my keyboard's not plugged in. Let's get that plugged in. We did actually get that cipher there, so I don't really know why the train's slowed down a bit. Where's my keyboard? There it is. Oh, where's my little USB dongle? So I'll pop that in. We should pick up a bit of speed here, then it goes really steep up. So we get a little bit more power. Yeah, see, that should work now. There we go. Always recommend plugging in a keyboard if you're on console. Especially if you're doing the German safety systems, it's like a must to have a keyboard. I mean, you don't have to, but it just makes it a lot more complicated. So yeah, if you are into it, or if you want to learn PZB, Cipher's just one button. Use a keyboard. Or keyboard and controller combo, so one hand for the PZB, and then one hand for, well, throttle and whatever. That's how I do it, one hand on the keyboard, one on the controller. It's quite steep out of here. It sort of catches you out because from Garmisch up to, well, basically coming up here, you're just uphill the whole way, and then all of a sudden it's just really steep down into Mittenwald. It's like a little dip, and then Mittenwald. See that? It is 60 along here, so that's going up fairly nicely. And yeah, it does flatten out fairly soon, or ish. Right down. Again, with the 111, you want to keep it within the run down, hold, and run up position on this route. I wouldn't really recommend going into sort of percentage. Don't really need to use that. It will make your life more difficult. Lost it again. Oh, hang on, no, put it in. There we go. Got the mountainous scenery behind us. Just trying to sort of get it to 60 and try and hold it around that speed. Hang on, we're sort of coming out to the crest of the hill now. So let's drop the power back a bit and then we'll hold it again. So it's much easier doing that than, yeah, the percentage. And then drop it back again as it's flattening out. And there we go. So we're sort of on the not the flatland, but I mean, if we just pause it quickly, you can see the gradient. It's sort of that's where we are, sort of at the bottom of the screen. So it flattens out a bit, and then just before Kleist, we then basically just go all the way down to Garmisch. And we'll take the power off again, because we don't really need it here. See that? But that is just bang on at the moment, basically. Well, not bang on, but good enough. Let's get a flyby shot, which we may end up speeding whilst we're getting the flyby shot, but we'll let ourselves off if we do. But look at that. Maybe just a little bit of brakes, just in case. This route is absolutely gorgeous. But it is a sort of challenging route. That's the only thing about it. If you want a sort of a non-challenging journey, probably not for you. Although I would say it's probably more for experienced. Or sort of, I wouldn't get this route as your first train sim world route because you might struggle a bit. Yeah, so it's not one of those routes you're going to begin TSW with. No way. I would say yeah, you probably do need a bit of experience driving trains on here, such with the tap changer as well. Whistleboard there, up with sort of, let's get a bit of power up again. There we go. Another grey, there's a cow there, look. Living cow munching the grass. And there's a proper cow there, a black and white cow. They're like proper cows, aren't they? Wow. When you think of a cow, you think of like a black and white cow. What do you? Maybe you don't. I don't know. What do you think of when you think of a cow? Black and white cow? A brown cow? A Highland cow? I don't know. Whistleboard. Let's do that. So we're coming up to a fairly steep downhill gradient, which will then take us into Kleist. So I'm going to sort of just drop the power. Let it roll. Let her roll down. I'm going to turn on the audio a bit as well. Hopefully it hasn't been too noisy. It's so easy in the 111, the brakes. Whereas on the Crocodile and in the Croc, the 1020, it's a bit more difficult. As you've got the rear static brake, which then can overcharge easily. You've then got the train brake, which is okay. But the 111, in terms, I would say braking wise, the 111 is easier to control. But acceleration, the Crocodile's probably easier. As it's not, it's just, you just spin the wheel and it goes up. It's a bit easier. It's just, yeah, stunning route though. I mean, hats off to TSG. I think Mike from a TSG or a team, but I know Mike's sort of one of the main people. But yeah, hats off to them. Just shows you what you can be what can be done within TSW, but sort of a mountain route. It's just wow. And it's also great to see the progress of, yeah, how it started, a Rosa line, and how it's going, Mittenwaldbahn. As a Rosa line was sort of the first mountainous route, and the mountains on there, I mean, if you look now, then it's not great. But then Leida came along, and yeah, it's brilliant now. Would actually be nice to see the Rosa line remastered in some way to use the LiDAR data, so it could be really pretty. There's the massive traffic jam in Kleist. And there's another 111, but that's a stopper service. So we get the nice coaches. That's got the old grimy, grotty coaches. And here we are. And also this route is relatively easy to do HUD-less. In some ways I would actually say it's easier to drive it HUD-less. And just use the sort of the train gauges as opposed to the HUD gauge. Here we are. Wait until 8:30. Oh, that's not long. Well, it says load passengers here, so that's weird. There must be some sort of weird, slightly weird timetabling there. Oh, this goes to Augsburg. So it says to wait, but it doesn't actually say to open the doors yet. So we will anyway, but there's a long old train though. Well, seems like it. So you got the IC coaches, which do have sort of information on them. So that's quite cool. That one doesn't seem completely correct though. Yeah, got the really just fancy coaches. I mean, look at that as opposed to that. Fantastic though, off that one goes. What were we saying? I can't remember what we were saying now. What were we talking about? Yeah, what a stunner though. I want to go into photo mode, but then that's just not going to work. I mean, get a nice photo there. So we could. Get one there. That's all downhill to Garmisch once we're out of here, which will be soon. We haven't got the signal yet, although I doubt we're waiting for something else to come up. Yeah, we got the road now. Cool. Another nice thing about this route is, yeah, passing loops. Some of the time you will have to wait, 5 to 10 minutes for another train to come up or go down. And if you're running late, the signal is going to prioritise the on-time trains. Cool. And let's get going. Garmisch, Partenkirchen next. And let's go. Bit more power. Because you don't want to overdo it in this train. But what I mean by it's easier doing it HUD-less is because if I pop that on, I mean you don't actually have to have that bottom right HUD on there, but it's just a bit more confusing to look at, whereas sort of the in-train amp meter and whatnot is just much easier to see. Or the kilonewtons on there. So I know if I get it into sort of that top red area, that's bad, don't do that. And also the speedo is just easier to look at than the HUD one. Everything's just a bit easier within the train to look at. It's like on the Class 101, the British Rail Class 101. It's so much harder using the HUD over the actual gauges to change gears. And we're downhill again. As we head down. is I wonder if TSG would make a modern day version of this route. I can't see that happening. I mean, Mittenwaldbahn, that's been out a couple of years, and that's not modern day. Although not that it needs to be. I don't know, would you want a modern day version of this route? It wouldn't really be as interesting. It would be like a Talent 2, and I think there's like an ICE-T, which runs on here. Which would be cool, but yeah, not as sort of challenging. But you haven't got any sort of AFB on here, or cruise control. Down. Yeah, this route's set in 1989. Oh, we got a cow on the line. There's a cow on the line. We're about to run over a cow. I don't think we're going to stop in time either. Yeah, that cow is gone. Squished. Poor thing. Well, we might as well continue on. Let's release the brakes and get going. If we had had more time, we might have been able to have come to a stop. I mean, if I put the emergencies on, maybe, but... In fact, we're on quite a downhill gradient, so even if we had put on the emergencies, we probably still would have hit it. Poor bugger. Although magically, I'm sure it will still be mooching around on the track. There we go, it's still there. It's alive. Although it's very still, isn't it? Wow, it is very still. It's alright. It's okay. Let's put that down. See that? Cool. Whistle board there. I don't know if the cow's actually stuck there. So even if we had come to a stop, it just might have just been stuck there. Just wouldn't have been ideal. Again, how do we put them out? Because I think we were in about full service there, and we still didn't really get down much. In real life, you probably would really want to kick the brakes on, as there'd be consequences, but in the game, you can chill out a bit. Although it's quite cool. I mean, it is cool. Sort of having that aspect in the game. Sort of a random incident. See that? Cool. Still heading down. Another whistle board. So if you have made it this far in the video, thanks all for remaining in. Obviously our next station stop is the last station stop. At Garmisch, Parton and Kirchen. There is actually another stop though, before, but I don't think any train stops there. You've got the passing loop here. I don't think that this isn't a station. There's another one after. Just outside of it's like another Garmisch station. Right, so we want to be at 40 for the passing loop. Which is on the approach. So let's pop that down and CFA. Well, we do have a double yellow, so we're going to be stopping. So we are waiting for something. I mean, this service did take a bit longer than the other ones on there, which was a little bit suspicious. So there was like another one, like basically the same, and it was only 23 minutes. Whereas this is 28 minutes. So you must be waiting for a service coming up. sort of gives you a natural break. It's like at Mittenwald, on most services you will sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes, which is nice. Sort of a natural break. This will be timed really nicely if the other train's coming in as we're coming in. That'll be nice. But oh no, we got green. Oh, okay. So there was no other train, it just decided that we'd get a double yellow. For whatever reason, it was tricking us. Cool. Maybe it used to be a station, but if you look on the map, I don't think it counts, it's just a passing loop. Right, let's continue. Yeah, see, there we go. Let's hope there's like not another train coming up the mountain, which we'll just see in front of us. Hopefully not. And then we'll have to stop and reverse quite quickly. Another whistle. Right, we'll let it speed up to 60. Our way down, bit of Seafer as well. Oh, not that's not Seafer. That is the outside view, which does look rather nice. Cool. What's everyone's thoughts on this route though? Like it or not really? That's not the brake we want, that's the brake we want. And that's not that one, no. That one, hang on. Yeah, that's the one. That's the brake we need. Quite steep here, as you can see quite visibly. Proper dropping down. Let's get a flyby shot. Hopefully we can try and control the speed. Nice sort of difference in the colours of the coaches as well. So you've got sort of the blue and cream, and also sort of the blood and custard, or red and cream. Oh, there's even a fallen tree there. That's a nice little detail. I suppose that would be another cool sort of, a bit like the cows being on the line, like fallen trees. Like a really rare occasion where a tree could fall on the line. Well, I suppose that would be a bit weird because then it would have taken out the overhead line equipment, or at least the overhead wires, which it obviously probably wouldn't. But it's quite cool the way the cows can sort of go onto the line. Well, of course they might not move, so that's the only downside. So we head down, get our speed up nicely. Lovely. So we should fairly soon start seeing the first signs of Garmisch. Or ish. Relatively soon. It's not slow along here. I mean, 60 kilometers an hour is about, what, 40 miles per hour? Which for a line like this is quick. Quicker than West Somerset, that's for sure. Seafer. And according to the service time, we should be there in what, about 4 minutes? Yeah, once you sort of see the first signs of Garmisch, it's not that far off. Still heading down though. Nice and steady. Just waiting to start seeing the buildings. Well, it's a bit, there we go. Yes, but that's sort of the big school-looking building, or big office. I don't know, school or big office-looking building. That's sort of your first sign of Garmisch. So in a second we then turn and go over, I think it's a bridge, and then we go past sort of the disused or just not served station. That should be coming up. And then down a fairly steep gradient into Garmisch station. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. I've been loving this route, it's been really good. Did have like a day break of it though, just so we could do the cow train, just because that is going to be going soon. Still 60, it's then 40 coming into Garmisch, which is an easy thing about this route. It's literally 60 kilometres, but not all the way. But on most of the Austrian side and most of the German side, it's 60 kilometres an hour. It's sort of in the middle spot between Mittenwald and it's Seefeld, where it goes down a bit. Well, mostly goes up. This is sort of the weird disused stop. So I don't think anything's there. If anyone can find a service which stops here, let me know. Although looking at the map, nothing stops there. Doesn't come up with anything. You've got a tiny bit of a flap, but then it goes down again, as you can see it doing now. There we go. Now let's let it roll. There we go. You can see it's sort of it going down. Got the sort of there's actually semaphore signals at Garmisch. I think it's the only place on the route with semaphores, which is quite surprising for sort of, you know, a little route, like quite a rural route like this. In the 1980s, you would sort of suspect it would have semaphore signals, but no, it's colour lights. It was important enough to upgrade. So yeah, it comes down to 40 sort of once we get onto the point work. Cool, there's the 365. Still yet to do the 365 service. We will do as and when. Cool. Back of the train's still going to be coming off the hill, so that can push us up again to 40. Felt a little bit quick across there, but I'm pretty certain it's 40. Yeah, 40. Here we are. Sort of the German side of the route. See far. Platform 5 as well. Glees 5. We'll probably go, yeah, we'll go most of the way. Probably let that roll to a stop as it is now. With a little bit more brakes. Yeah, let that come to a stop. And there we go, we've done it. Let's get the doors open. Turn, turn. Cool. Try and get a photo, but Yeah, go on then. But all the fog disappears, which is rather irritating. A bit of fog, and even one. Oh, there you go. That's better. Right, let's do that. But it's a bit blurred though. Like even when there's no fog, the sort of 111 comes out a bit blurred. There we go. Well, that is going to be everybody for another Mittenwaldbahn video. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. I sure have been loving the route so far. Thanks to Dovetail for giving us all as a key show off as another intercity service. Links can be found in all of the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Hopefully see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye guys.